So, friends, federal judges are continuing to push back against Donald Trump's lawlessness and his unconstitutionality, really in the only way they can, in their rulings, in their orders, and in their written opinions. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, federal court judges virtually en masse are ruling against Donald Trump in the immigration arena. I mean, listen to this new reporting from Politico. Headline: more than 100 judges have ruled against the Trump administration's mandatory detention policy. A Politico review of the rulings shows judges appointed by every president since Ronald Reagan have rebuked the Trump administration's new interpretation of immigration law. And that article begins, "It's one of the most thorough legal rebukes in recent memory." Not just in recent memory, but in recent history, indeed, in our nation's history. My editorial edition. More than 100 federal judges have now ruled at least 200 times that the Trump administration's effort to systematically detain immigrants facing possible deportation appeared to violate their rights or was just flatly illegal, according to a Politico review. The rulings come from judges appointed by every president since Ronald Reagan, including 12 appointed by President Donald Trump. One of those appointees took the bench just last month. Since July 8th, when Immigration and Customs Enforcement reversed 30 years of practice and determined that ICE must lock up everyone facing deportation, even if they've lived in the country for decades and have no criminal record, federal courts have issued increasing warnings. The new ICE policy, they note, doesn't just subject millions more people to detention while they fight deportation, it also bars them from even asking an immigration judge to consider releasing them on bond. This quote from a Trump-appointed judge, quote, "Courts around the country have since rejected the government's," meaning the Trump administration's, "new interpretation." U.S. District Judge Kyle Dudek, a Florida-based Trump appointee, ruled Wednesday, quote, "This court now joins the consensus." Other Trump-appointed judges who have ruled against the Trump administration's position include Terry Doughty in Louisiana, Nancy Brassel in Minnesota, J.P. Hanlon in Indiana, and Jason Pulliam in Texas. Pulliam ruled October 21st that one ICE detainee who had been held without any individualized assessment of his dangerousness was deprived of his constitutional due process rights. In recent days, the response from the courts has been deafening. The new detention policy, judges repeatedly ruled, has ripped parents from U.S. citizen spouses and children and subjected them to abrupt transfers all over the country on flimsy, untested legal grounds. According to Politico's analysis, the bulk of rulings against the Trump administration's position has come from judges appointed by Democratic presidents: Joe Biden, 50, Obama, 31, and Clinton, 6. But the decisions have been resoundingly adopted across political lines. Judges appointed by Republican presidents: Trump, 12 judges ruled against him. George W. Bush, 12. George H.W. Bush, 1, and Reagan, 2, have reached the same conclusions. The lopsided results have outpaced another similar wave of legal rebukes by federal district courts over the Trump administration's decision to threaten the legal status of thousands of foreign students studying at American schools. The legal pushback led the administration to withdraw its policy. Now, friends, I want to focus for just a minute on that last paragraph, because we sometimes have this tendency, understandable tendency, to ask the question, well, do all these rulings against the Trump administration, all of these legal rebukes, do they really matter when we have a compromised majority of justices on the Supreme Court? And the answer is, you're damn right they matter. Let me read that paragraph again. The lopsided results have outpaced another similar wave of legal rebukes by federal district courts over the Trump administration's decision to threaten the legal status of thousands of foreign students studying at American schools. And friends, here's the money line. The legal pushback from the judges led the Trump administration to withdraw its policy. So, friends, it's undeniable that these judicial rulings, these opinions, these written orders do matter. They can and have resulted in the Trump administration backing off its lawlessness, at least in some instances. The federal judges, the federal bench, the federal courts remain points of light amidst the Trump-induced darkness, because to the overwhelming majority of federal court judges, regardless of which president appointed them, justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.